Hi everyone, my name's Tiffany Jones, and I am currently working as a mobile response worker, which is basically a case manager that goes in home and works with children, adolescents, age, I want to say we start from 3 to 21. And we put in services, we assess the situation, if it's a crisis, um, and we will basically put in services if there needs to be an IIC or a therapist or anything like that in a home if a youth is presenting with behavioral issues. For my first year field placement, I was a family preservation worker, which essentially is a worker who comes out, does case management for um, about 4 to 6 weeks, and it works with preserving a family if DCP&P or Child Protection and Permanency comes in and sees that this family is like really unstable and they need extra services in order to preserve the families so that the children aren't removed. They will request and put in a referral and have us come in and you know make sure we're working to stabilize that family. I've actually had a few, most of my job titles within my agency which I've bounced around a lot, just due to programs closing or me just kind of not liking the program. So I've had a lot of work with families. I actually, most of my experience is working with the family as total, as a whole. So I am pretty familiar. Um, the family system that I believe that I was raised in, it was basically me and my mom, and then I lived with my uncle. So, and with my mom. So it was very strange because I was like always the kid who like I didn't have my dad. Um, so my uncle was like my dad. So and he was very, it was a very patriarchy type of environment. My mom would like take care of the house, and um he would work and take care of things outside, and just very, I guess, old school would be the way. Um and it was kind of strange because obviously they were brother and sister, so it's like I knew that they weren't like that wasn't my dad, but it was just kind of like a strange dynamic. Like I would go to my mom, like my uncle and I, um, we were pretty close, but like I didn't go to him for like advice for anything, so I would always go to my mom, and he would like allow my mom to parent me, but like I also knew that I could use him as a support. It was very strange. And so, but the thing about my mom and my uncle were they didn't get along very well. So I was always kind of like the peacekeeper in the family. And so like whenever there was a problem, especially when I got older, like my family would disclose things to me. So my mom would come to me and say, "Oh, he's getting on my nerves," or blah blah blah, and vent to me. And then my uncle would vent to me about my mom, and I was always trying to be the mediator, which is interesting because in a lot of my family work, I'm always like advocating for the families to kind of, all right, let's sit down together and talk and try to come up with a solution to something. And um, I notice that I tend to do that even now, like I mean, we don't live with my uncle anymore, but like that's something like if my family members get in an argument, all right, well, what's your side and what's your side? Can we come with a compromise? And as a mobile worker, when parents are complaining about their children and, oh, my child doesn't listen to me, that's exactly kind of like a technique that I do, is just try to mediate. So, yeah, I don't have any burning questions yet. I'm sure I'll probably will have some burning questions later, but yeah, that's my experience, and I look forward to getting to know all of you in the future.